As part of our continuing series on electives at Frisco High School, we are going to take a look at 3 courses that could lead to successful careers. For example, Sports and Entertainment Marketing is a popular class with students who are interested in promoting sports.
Sports and Entertainment Marketing, it's a marketing class that takes a peek at the behind-the-scenes look in the sports industry. We look at different things that we see all the time but probably don't necessarily think about, like endorsements, sponsorships, publicity. We look at collegiate sports, professional sports. We look at some of the smaller sports, things like bowling, bass pro fishing, things like that, that we don't normally think about, but kind of how does all of that come together from a marketing standpoint.
Sports and Entertainment Marketing is a class that is both educational and fun.
My favorite part is talking about sports and playing fantasy football.
I'd just say that you should take it because it's a lot of fun and it's really interactive and you're not just sitting there taking notes the whole time.
Survey Business Marketing is a practical class for students who are thinking about going into business.
Survey of Business Marketing and Finance is basically, it's a class that teaches you about business and how to start your own business and run your own business, and it just really, it helps you get ready for going off to college whenever you want to find out what career path you're going to.
Business is really fun and the teacher's really cool and you do a lot of fun things, and Miss Horton is so much fun.
I don't know if I would necessarily want to start my own business, but I think it's just interesting to learn and a good backup in case you need anything to help you. Like if you don't end up liking the major you want to go to in college, then you also have a backup plan for that.
Go for it? I'm personally not, but I can see that if you actually were into this business thing, you'd probably dig it. Probably.
You should definitely join this class because it's really cool.
I've had her for 2 classes, and she's interesting for sure. Like, she's definitely a character. Definitely a character. It's not like you're gonna use this anyway. Yeah, you can't just put this in there.
If you are interested in adding an elective to your schedule, please see your counselor. The sooner you make a decision, the better chance you will have in getting the classes you want. For Racc TV, I'm Zachary Davis.
When it comes to superheroes, everyone has a favorite. Because of their superpowers and responsibilities, superheroes have influenced our imaginations, the entertainment industry, and even our personalities.
Who is your favorite superhero and why?
I really like Batman because he has all that cool stuff that I don't have that I wish I had.
I'd have to say Thor, and because he's got a magic hammer and he controls lightning and thunder.
My favorite superhero would be Wolverine because he's got super cool metal claws and they come out of his hands, and he can heal, and he fights.
Can you imitate your favorite superhero?
I am the Batman. There we go. That's about it.
If I did, I would fly.
Is there a superhero that does resemble you though?
Nope.
I think I'm Aquaman because Aquaman just kind of stays at the bottom of the ocean. Doesn't do much, doesn't help much. He's just kind of there. So, I am Aquaman.
I would say I resemble Sands of Rhyme because he's my made-up character, and he fights crime with raps and rhymes.
Mine would be Superman, of course.
Because he looks totally different without his glasses on.
Is there a superhero in your mind that does not yet exist?
Mouse Man. Like, instead of Spider-Man, he just kind of scurries through the city and is not useful at all.
Yeah, it's me.
No, it's Man.
Oh, okay.
He has no powers. He's just a normal guy, and he drives around in a Prius.
And an average Honda Accord.
Honda Accord.
There will always be problems that need to be solved, and there will always be people who need to be saved. For Racc TV, I'm Melissa Montanez.
For the past couple of years, the basketball coaches and Miss Bivens have gotten together to promote book studies about popular sports-related novels. This season, the JV players read On the Devil's Court by Carl Duker. Recently, Mr. Duker visited Frisco High School and the entire basketball team to discuss his books.
I most like the energy, and I like seeing the people who actually read my books, and I get good feedback, and really everything about it is a pleasure. And another way for me to say thank you to people who actually take the time to read my books.
On the Devil's Court by Carl Duker was chosen because it was a story that the players could relate to.
I think the main thing is that the book was about basketball, and it kind of got the kids interested in it, and Miss Bivens always does a good job about picking a book like that. And also the author was going to be able to come visit, so we had to kind of narrow it down to maybe one of his books. And like I said, the fact that it was for about basketball, it was a way for our basketball kids to enjoy it.
I can relate to some of the stuff that he was going through as a high school basketball player, because like we still go through the same stuff today.
I can relate to the story because it's basketball. Basketball is what I love to do. It's one of my favorite sports actually, and I love playing it with my teammates. We had a good season this year, and so did Ross in the book, so this book's very inspiring too.
I could really relate to the book because Joe, the main character, he had a head injury. This year I had a head injury myself, and I was out for a couple of weeks, and I could really connect that way. And like his feelings on the court, on how he played, how he thought he was better than he was, and second guessing himself, I could connect that way too, because sometimes I have that feeling.
The players got a chance to visit with the author.
I mean, it was really cool to me because that was my first time actually meeting the author, and he was like really cool. He was like down to earth and everything. I thought he'd be like kind of stuck up and like not want to talk to kids or whatever, but he was actually pretty cool.
I found people have always been incredibly polite and welcoming, and particularly in Texas, you have a reputation for hospitality for a good reason. You know, every time I've come here, it's been wonderful.
If you have a favorite author who is popular with other students as well, it may be possible to bring that author to Frisco High School.
I think probably one of the things that they could do is come to me first. Like if I had a group of like 3 or 4 or 5 students that came to me and said, it'd be really cool if we had this author come to our school, then I can go and I can talk to other librarians and to the district. And most of the time, if our students are reading those books, then that means they're being read at other high schools too, and there's more of a chance that we're probably gonna be able to get that author to come and have a presentation and meet our students.
As a basketball player, I've read several of Carl Duker's books and found it to be a cool experience to meet him because not many people get to meet their favorite author in person. For Racc TV, I'm TJ Keys.
Frisco High School offers a variety of electives, art being one of them. Some students describe art class as being a stress reliever as well as a creative way to express themselves.
It's a good way to express yourself. Fine art is more of theater. Some people don't really like to get up on stage. Other people like to draw, paint, or create wire projects, and wire is more of a hands-on kind of thing, so that's why people like art, I guess.
I think you should take art because you can express your creativity, and it gives you time to think and like just forget about school and like homework and quizzes and tests, and just think about what you can draw.
Although art can be a fun class, students are expected to work.
When you come into art, people expect it to be super easy, but it's not. When you come here, you have to like actually have something in mind what you want to do, and like don't come here for just an easy A. Like if you have plans to come into art because you like art, not because you want an A and get your credits.
Taking an art class has even been known to help students excel in other classes.
Well, the main reason that students would benefit from taking art would be, for one, they may learn that they have a talent they didn't necessarily know they had, and then you could take other classes that are more specific to your talents. Also, there's proven studies that show that it balances the right hemisphere and left hemisphere of your brain, so that if you're taking an art class at the same time as a science class, their studies are showing your grades in science are higher if you're taking an art class at the same time, because you're using both hemispheres of your brain.
Art class is one of the many electives available at Frisco High School. For information on other fine art electives, check with your counselor. For Racc TV, I'm Grant Jones.
Is there an art Illuminati?
I'm not supposed to talk about it.
Good morning, fellow raccoons. Welcome to the Weekend Weather Watch. Spring break is finally over, and I think I'm getting adjusted to this terrible time change. If you forgot to set your clocks back, then you might be truant. Please check with the front office to see if you're truant or not. Anyway, today will be mostly cloudy with high winds and a high of 77 and a low of 58. Saturday there will be few showers with a high of 62 and a low of 45. On Sunday there will also be showers. It'll be drizzling out, so make sure you wear a raincoat or something. Anyway, the high will be 56 with a low of 42. Somebody dropped these sunglasses and I found them. If they are yours, then go ask for them. Anyway, remember, nobody loves you. Like I do.
Being an artist is not like any other role. You see things from not just one perspective, but two. You see the world in different colors. You see light in the speck of a flower in the universe. Art.